It's an artificial intelligence business. We work in Canada and in Algeria. I'm also the president of the Algerian Young Chamber of Commerce, and I'm here to talk about the Algerian market. I'm not an Algerian expert or any expert of any kind but artificial intelligence. I'm just an entrepreneur who's here talking to entrepreneurs. I've been asked to do this presentation last night, and I'm here to give you my perspective of the Algerian market. My friends from Statista helped me out with this presentation, and you can find all the data in their website. I didn't reinvent the wheel, I just used these statistics, and I'm here to present that for you. Quick introduction. Before that, I would like to thank all the African delegation that came here. I'm so proud to be African. I'm so proud to be with countries like Egypt, South Africa. I'm not here to compete with you guys. We're partners. We're part on the same boat. And thank you for being here. Also thank TAITRA for bringing us here. And I'm already in love with the culture, as you can see. I travel all around. Thank you so much for having us. Quick introduction. Algeria is in North Africa. It's the door open for Europe. We are mainly Muslim, Arab, Berber population of 42 million people. We're the largest country in North Africa, and our total GDP for 2018 reached almost 1 billion. Our currency is Algerian dinars, and $1 equal to 112 dinar Algerian. Main religion is Muslim, ethnic group Arab, Berber. Most of the population are in Algiers, almost 3 million, and the other city is Oran, almost 1 million. Quick warm-up for you. If you don't know Algeria, you should know all these points. So I'll try to do it as fast as possible, but it's gonna look like a rap song, so please listen to that. So Algeria, quick warm-up, get to it. It's the 18th largest oil producer, 12th largest oil exporter, 15th oil reserve, 3rd largest holder of gold in reserve in the MENA, 3rd producer and 5th exporter of gas, solar potential of 3,000 hours of sunshine per year, other minerals, 7th place in the world in terms of proven gas resources, 4th total energy supplier for the European Union, the economic hour of the Arab world, no offense, 2nd largest holder of foreign exchange reserve after Saudi Arabia, the less in debt in 20 countries of the MENA, 11th worldwide ranked JCCAC, which is the national state oil company of Africa, 72nd industrial zone, and 450 activity centers. We are the 2nd African leader in pharmaceutical industry. Let's talk a little bit about the economy. We have a GDP or evolution of 1.4% from 18 to 23. In 2020, most of employees work in the industry sector, followed by services and agriculture. One important information to know is that educational attainment, most of people are educated. The government has funded free scholarship for Algerians, and at least, pretty much everyone has at least post-secondary or lower secondary grade. In terms of global comparison, Algeria has the high level of human development. Let's take like some numbers. As I said, I'm an entrepreneur talking to entrepreneurs. Just a quick numbers between Algeria and North America. Time to start a business, 20 days. Time needed to register a property, 55 days. Tax needed to fulfill would take you 265 hours to make your tax up and running. Time to export 17 days, time to import 26 days. Why I'm presenting that? If you want to do business with Algeria, you need locals. You need to partner with people that know the system that will help you go through that system. In terms of trade and investment, mainly we export 96% of our GDP came from fuel and mining, followed by 3% of manufacturers and 1% agricultural products. It's imbalanced compared to what we import, which is 70% of manufacturers and 21% of agricultural products. The government is trying to reverse that trend by investing in some area, and you will see that later in the presentation. In terms of startups and technology companies, we have 70 successful companies and are supported with 20 organizations having this ecosystem. We have, I mean, it's like other countries. When you invest in technology, we'll have startups in logistics, e-commerce, and so on. We have a ministry that help all the people who want to start a business. They will give you 100K. The name is Ensage. They will give you 100K and tax-free for a certain period of time if you want to start a new business. In terms of society, we project to be 60 million by 2058. Most of them are men aged between 20 and 64 years old. We are the 34th highest total population in worldwide. I mean, it's nothing compared to China or India, but in the MENA and North Africa, it's really a considerable number. In terms of retail and consumption, let's say you want to start a retail company in Algeria. Our market is maturing. It's not the best, but it's maturing. The global grocery chains start operating in large cities. Store-owned, characterized by independent store. We still like independent businesses start in that term. And traditional payment is commonly used. We're building on e-commerce strategy, and there's a huge opportunity there. I mean, you can compare with the international grocery chain. If you want to implement 7-Eleven, Walmart, and so on, we don't have that yet there. And I'm sure in the next years, if there's some investor who want to invest in that area, you will have the market to support that ambition. And again, fintech is coming. We have projected 46% from 19 to 23, and it's a huge market for people who want to work on fintech and e-commerce platforms in Algeria. In terms of infrastructure, we are proud. Personally, I'm really proud of the job that has been done through the infrastructure. We have the third highways in Africa. We have roads, like we are connected to our borders. We have highways from north to south. If you produce and do manufacturing in Algeria, you can export to Mali or Nigeria without taking a plane or anything. Everything is already set. The roads are from north to south and east to west. In terms of maritime infrastructure, we have 45 infrastructure, 36 airports, including 16 international, and 4,000 kilometers of railways. Everything is set for you to export with a low cost. Europe is at the closed door. I don't know if you heard about the city of Marseille. We call it the 49th city of Algiers because many of people there are from Algeria. So, besides all that, why should you invest in Algeria? This is a question I ask myself as an entrepreneur. And I'm here as an entrepreneur to present that. This is reality for me. First, it's geostrategic. We are a proximity to European and African and Arab markets. We have the roads, we have the borders, and just close to us we have Tunisia, Libya, Niger, Mali, Morocco, Western Sahara, and Mauritania. Membership, we have a membership with the Arab Free Trade Area. That means if you produce something and manufacture something in Algeria, it's 0% tax if you export to this area. Same trade that we have with URA agreement with European Union, 0% tax. If you produce here in Taipei and want to export to friends and so on, you will have to pay taxes. But if you produce in Algeria, find a way to do it, zero tax free to export for Europe. And the labor, as I said earlier, we have well-educated people, a lot of universities, 97 universities, and the base salary is 180 euro. Important number to consider if you want to recruit people. The other one is just insane. You know, we have a competitive protection cost factor. Natural gas, electricity, and gasoline. Natural gas is 0.2 to 0.4 cent euro. Electricity is 0.1 to 0.4, and gasoline is 0.26 euro. And again, I come back with tax exemption. If you go to the programs of producing something in Algeria, you will have 0% of any kind of tax. You can be imaginative and think about all the taxes. It's 0% for 10 years if you work through the industry in Algeria. Partial or total reimbursement of the expenses related to the infrastructure that you will build in Algeria. Free land concession for 32 years. Discount on land property, tax exemption, as mentioned, for export, and many competitive taxes incentives. Where to invest? The government has think about that question, and they identified 12 strategic sectors. I'm going to read that for you. Steel and metalworking, hydraulic, binders, electrical and household appliance, industrial chemistry, mechanics and automotive, pharmaceutical, aerospace, blah, blah, blah. We also encourage tourism development, agriculture, renewable energy program. This is like simple equation. If you build any platform that will provide energy to the government, they will buy it. This is guaranteed. They need that. They need like renewable energies, and you build an infrastructure for that, they will buy it. There is a market, there is a need. I think it's a great opportunity. Fishing and aquaculture, and again, industry. We will do that a lot, and they will push for that. Things you didn't know about Algeria business culture. I'm here to talk about the culture. I mean, you can see all these numbers, but when you're in the field talking with Algerians, you should consider that. First, communication. Direct communication is widely accepted and promoted. Personal relations are also considered important for a strong business relationship. In government offices, employees engage in a lot of small talks. Get used to it. Arabic is the official language in the country, but most people speak French and English. It is necessary, Arabic translators are necessary sometimes to do with some logos. Hierarchy is rather important in the context of doing business in Algeria. Bargaining is common and part of the culture. Business meeting procedures prefer like organized and systematic meetings. Sometimes there are like you need to involve a lot of people sometimes to get to a certain result. Like different ministries, different organizations to get to one point. Sometimes it's painful. Conflict management. Algerians prefer to address conflict personally by talking to each other and arriving to mutual solutions. This is a politically correct way to say that we have a high blood. Just consider that. Importance of business network. I mean, it's international concept, but interpersonal relations, which are usually through face-to-face, are important. Socialization and like maintaining your network is really important. Attending to some events, you should consider that. Some cultures like the United States, they don't have time for that. Others, you need to consider that to maintain a relationship with your partners. Algeria, which has for long suffered gender inequality, is now working toward giving women more power and respect in corporate sector. You should also consider one important point, which is business is slower than usual in July, August, and December, and religious celebration like Ramadan is to consider. You know, all the hours are short, and during Ramadan, the country is slow. Just accept it. Try to do Ramadan if you want to feel what it is. And of course, work-life balance. Algerians give importance toward maintaining work-life balance. Sometimes they will prioritize their family and friends inside the business. And sometimes you should be comfortable with that. I mean, if you do that in Japan, it's a killer. But in Algeria, it's acceptable. Thank you so much for your attention. Again, I'm not an expert of any kind, but artificial intelligence, and I'm here as an entrepreneur exposing you these numbers. If you have any questions, feel free to ask. Thank you so much for your attention, and welcome to Algeria.
Thank you, Mr. Salah. The last speaker for today is Mr. Chris Lee, Project Manager, TAITRA. He will present a Swatini Potential and Industrials. Now, please welcome Mr. Lee.